What's up, Collide? Justin here, and we're gonna start our time today by actually playing a little game. If you know anything about me, you know that I love movies, specifically animated movies. I love them a whole bunch, and if you spend time with me, you know that I quote a lot of animated movies. And so we're gonna start our time today by playing a game called Finish That Movie Quote, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you the first part of an infamous movie quote, and you finish that quote. Shout it out if you know it. If somebody next to you doesn't know it, teach them. It's gonna be a great opportunity. Okay, you ready? All right, first movie quote. Y'all should know this. We don't talk about Bruno. No, you got it. Cool. All right, we're rolling a little bit. Okay, so we don't talk about Bruno in Encanto. Great movie. Next movie quote. To infinity and beyond. Yep. To infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear. It's a classic. Here's one, a little curveball for you. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Buddy the Elf. Favorite color. Great. All right, I got one more for you, okay? One more. Do you want to build a... Yes! No, man. Some of you just rolled your eyes a lot at me, and that's okay, too. So this isn't part of the game, but my favorite animated movie is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and one of my favorite scenes, one of my favorite quotes from that movie is when Flint is trying to ask out his crush, Sam, and he gets real nervous, so he writes it all out on a little notepad, and he calls her, and he gets so nervous, he doesn't give her a chance to speak, and so he just goes,
"Hi, Sam. How are you? That's nice. I was wondering if you'd like to go on a activity with me tomorrow."
And it's just... You kind of had to be there. But all this to say, guys, movie quotes stick with us, right? And just even more generally, words stick with us, right? Whether it's a movie quote, maybe it's a song lyric for you, maybe it's the words that someone said to you. Guys, words have power, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I actually want to share a little story about a time that I felt the power of words, and I learned and experienced the power of words for myself. I'm going to take you back to elementary school Justin, okay? And I'll just start by saying this story is a little bit might be embarrassing. It is a little bit embarrassing, so don't make fun of me, okay? Just go with me here. So I was in elementary school and I was playing football. And I don't know, there was one day that I was getting ready for practice, and I don't know if you've ever had to put on a full football uniform, but if you ever want to, carve out an afternoon, because there are so many clips and buckles and straps, and like it takes forever to get into, and by the time you get your cleats on and shoulder, it's so much work. Okay, so this one day in particular, I was getting ready for practice. I'm all dressed up, finally like clicked the last button or whatever in the back, and I had this moment of, oh no, I have to pee, and I have to pee so bad. And so I begin the frantic work of undoing all the buttons and the straps, and I'm taking off my cleats and running to the bathroom, and I didn't make it. And I wet my pants, and I remember sitting there feeling so embarrassed. And I remember saying to myself, like, Justin, you're 9. You should be, you're better than this. You're so dumb. What are you doing? And I remember just like beating myself up in my head with my words. And the words I was using to myself were not kind. And I remember my dad was there too. And I remember my dad looked at me and he goes, "What are you, a baby or something?" And guys, in that moment, I felt the power of words. And maybe you've had an experience like that too, but the reality is that our words have power. And looking back, like knowing my dad was definitely joking. Like there was no way, like my dad's a jokester, he was definitely joking. But the words had the same power. And some of us, we need to hear that today, that whether it's a joke or not, whether you say it with a smile or not, your words still have power. See, we tend to trick ourselves into thinking that the words that we use don't matter. Or that we could just say whatever we want, whenever we want, to whoever we want to say it to, and there's no consequences. But James, the brother of Jesus, actually had a lot to say about the power of our words. So if you could pick up your Bibles with me, we're going to read in James chapter 1. We're going to read in verse 26 and see what James tells us about the way that we use our words. James 1:26, it says, "If you claim to be religious but don't control your tongue, you are fooling yourself, and your religion is worthless." Some powerful words there from James. You see, controlling our tongues, controlling the words that we say, can often be so much harder to actually do than it is in our head, right? It's way easier said than done, pun intended. But guys, because sometimes our words are influenced by our mood. right? And I don't know about you, but like I've had a lot of different moods today, and depending on your, like if you're in a great mood, it's gonna be way easier to be uplifting with your words and to call out something positive that you see in someone in your life. But if you're in a bad mood, if it's just a bad day for you, you're gonna be way more rude, frankly, and you're gonna be way more likely to tear someone down with your words. But guys, that's a dangerous game because like I said, our mood changes often. For some of us more than others, but our mood changes a lot. And the flaw in that is if our words are directly connected to our mood, guys, there are times that I'm in a bad mood and I don't know why. Or I'm in a great mood and I also don't know why. And so if our words have power and our words influence people heavily, then we should be way more intentional about the words that we use and why we use them. See guys, our words have too much power to just use them however we want, however we feel like, whatever we want to. They have too much power and there's too much at stake, honestly. You see, if you've made the choice to follow Jesus and you're trusting in Jesus every day, Jesus is who you're representing 100% of the time, whether you intend to or not. And so if that's you, your words can either show Jesus or they can hide Jesus. Have you ever met someone that claims to be a Christian, but you would never guess that they're following Jesus based on the words that they say or the way they carry themselves? You ever known someone like that? You ever been someone like that? I know I have. I know I've used my words in a way that was reckless. I've used my words in a way that hid Jesus instead of showing Jesus. But that's the beauty of our Collide family here, is that we together are actively trying to become more and more like Jesus. So no matter how you've used your words in the past, today, together, let's be more like Jesus. You see, someone that helps remind me that my words have power is my buddy Hunter. Hunter is a friend of mine from Collide, and I remember one time I was talking with Hunter, and I used the word stupid. And I didn't use it towards someone, I didn't even intend it in a mean way, but Hunter stopped me and he said, hey, don't use that word. That's not a nice word. And it was that moment for me where it was a reminder that my words have power. And it was also a reminder that all words have power. Some of you have been giggling to yourself this whole time like, Justin's talking about bad words. Yes, but we're talking about all words and the power that they hold. You see, what Hunter reminded me of and what Hunter taught me is that all words have power, not just the bad ones. Think back to the story about my dad. My dad didn't use a single bad word when he said that statement about me being a baby, but did his words still have power? Yeah. Did his words still hurt me? Yeah. See guys, because words can build others up or tear them down. And I'm not the only one that thinks this. In Proverbs 21:23, it says to watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut and you will stay out of trouble. So as we wrap up today, you're actually gonna get a sticker that goes along with this series, and I want you to put that sticker somewhere you're gonna see it. Maybe it's on your phone case, maybe it's on your water bottle, maybe it's just on, I don't know, wherever you can put it that you'll see it. And whenever you're about to use your words, maybe in a careless way, look at that sticker and remember that your words have power. And as a Collide family, guys, let's use our words to build others up and be more like Jesus in this way. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.